After exploring the world-famous Iguazu Falls, our adventure in Argentina enters its last phase as I made my way back to the hotel. I tried to relax by the hotel pool, but the water felt a bit chilly. So I opted for more exploration of Puerto Iguaçu, and I knew exactly where to go. Alright folks, we're back at Ito Tres Fronteras here in Puerto Iguaçu. Today the weather is a lot nicer, but with a heck lot more people as well. Yeah, so as you can see in the background, this is Brazil, and that's where we're heading next. And this is Paraguay, where we might go. But I'd like to end our Argentina adventure right here. You can also take one of these Tres Fronteras boat tours in the evening. But I already planned to go to an Italian restaurant in town, which turned out to be just alright. But I had a great time at the Iguazu Falls earlier on that day, and I was already very happy and couldn't wait for the next chapter of my adventure in the Triple Frontier region. Despite being named after the land of silver, I didn't see any signs of silver in Argentina through exploring 3 of Argentina's largest cities in various regions tied to the nation's history. In the end, I did manage to see something that was somewhat relevant, the Iguazu Falls, which you could argue that the color was silver. Whatever, my experience in Argentina during this adventure was of pure gold. This is one country that exceeded my expectation in every single way, and left me with unforgettable memories that will last a lifetime. I cannot wait to go back one day in the future and explore more of this country and get to know more amazing people. But for now, this chapter has come to an end. Sorry, the party is over. Time to go beyond, let me say it again, the land of silver. Today we're going to move from this city to this city. On my last day in Puerto Iguaçu in Argentina, I took my time to have my breakfast and then went to a currency exchange office on the edge of the town. I converted all of my leftover Argentine pesos into Brazilian reals, as the Argentine peso could be a very volatile currency, so it's best not to hold it for a long time. Okay, now we're ready to leave Argentina. The easiest way for me to reach my next destination will be by bus, because buses generally do not stop at the Brazilian border office, as locals don't actually need to go through passport control in order to travel in the Triple Frontier region. I chose not to take any risks, so that I could enter Brazil legally, which in turn would help me to leave the country for Canada without any problems a bit later. So, I took a taxi from Argentina to Brazil. The taxi fare to Foz do Iguaçu is fixed and regulated, so there is no need to worry about searching for the best deal. This should be all the same. I relied on my hotel again on reserving a taxi, and the driver who showed up was the same gentleman who took me to the Iguazu Falls the day before. After communicating with him on my needs, the driver made a stop at the Brazilian border control and accompanied me to get everything I needed for my legal entry. Now, I can say adios to Argentina and say bom dia to Brazil. By the way, since we're not in Argentina anymore, I don't have to pull my Lotalo pose anymore, right? First thing first, I went to the hotel to check in, and I was in for a surprise. Actually, 2 surprises. Alright folks, so finally got into my hotel here in Foz do Iguaçu. As you can see, this hotel room is absolutely huge. And the funny thing is, when I was doing the check-in and they first assigned me a different room, it's on the same floor. So I went into that room and bam, there were people's laptops, suitcases, and everything I realized, uh-oh, there must be somebody else's room. So I went back to the reception, and it turned out, yes, they did make a mistake. And now finally I got into the right room. But again, that means one thing, probably I'll need to pay extra attention to my belongings, make sure everything is locked, because you never know when somebody else is gonna check into your room and maybe check out your things.
The other surprise was that I specifically requested a quieter room facing the Paraná River, and hotel enthusiastically confirmed. However, maybe because of the room mixed up, I got a room facing the city center. Actually, it never ended up becoming a problem, because it was still pretty quiet at night. Why? You'll find out a bit later. Nonetheless, this room had a panoramic view of Foz do Iguaçu. Probably one of the best places with such view. And hey, not everybody has the same access. I guess you lose some, you gain some, we're all good.
But anyways, so this is going to be our home for the next few nights before our flight back to Canada. I'll probably just go out and take a look at the city of Foz do Iguaçu. And based on what everybody's been saying, Brazil seems to have a security problem.
Well, what everybody says is also said by the government of Canada. The travel advisory for Brazil stated that traveling within 20 kilometers of the border with Argentina should be avoided, excluding the Iguazu National Park. I'm not quite sure if it includes the city of Foz do Iguaçu, as the city is certainly not within the boundaries of the Iguazu National Park. The park entrance is about 17 kilometers away from the city center. The same advisory also warned travelers to stay away from all border areas with Paraguay. And guess what? My hotel was literally right next to the Paraguay border. Either way, it will probably mean that I need to be extra careful while exploring Foz do Iguaçu.
But based on what I saw on the way in from Puerto Iguazu in Argentina, it just looks like a normal city. And Foz do Iguaçu is way bigger than Puerto Iguazu. And yeah, even here you have access to Uber, which in Puerto Iguazu the only thing you can rely on is local taxis. Yeah, probably just take a quick break, and then yeah, we'll explore Foz do Iguaçu for a little bit together. And of course, I'm not gonna bring a lot of stuff with me. Like, I'm not gonna bring my camera, probably just my cell phone and my wallet. But keep in mind that I do not even have a lot of Brazilian real on me. So just in case, like what they all say, some sort of robbery happens, I mean, that's all the money I have. Then if that's the case, I'll have to withdraw from my ATM, which I do not want to do that.
During the day, Foz do Iguaçu just appeared to be another laid-back city. Lots of shops and restaurants were open for business. However, I did notice that there were significantly less people on the streets for a city of this size. I felt that there were more people in Puerto Iguaçu, a city of 90,000, than Foz do Iguaçu, a city with 3 times more residents. The biggest comparison came when later that night, I walked to a Brazilian barbecue place a few blocks away from my hotel. There were significantly less people on the street, to the point that the city appeared to be almost abandoned. Many areas were very poorly lit.
Yeah, can you imagine? This is the downtown of a city with over 300,000 people. It just looks absolutely abandoned.
However, after finishing dinner, I did not feel safe to walk back to my hotel, so I ordered an Uber ride for a 600 meters trip. Now, let's switch back to Foz do Iguaçu during the day.
So far my impression is, it's just the city. There's nothing special about Foz do Iguaçu. And I'll be staying almost 4 days here. Geez, if I knew this city has very little to do, I should have given 1 more day to Buenos Aires.
In other words, this probably marks the end of our Foz do Iguaçu city tour. I kind of regretted of planning too many days here. Anyways, since we're already here, we might as well check out anything that could be of interest. Actually, there is some place north of the city center that's also world famous, and I found out that the place is open for public visits as well. Alright, why don't we head there? So, where is this place? Follow me and find out in the next episode.